I would give my sons money in this group. I would say, here is $20. Here is you $20. Don't do anything negative. I would see the look on the young men's face. They would be blown away like, man, you have a dad that gave you $20,
Man.
you know. And when I saw that look, Mr. Kelly, I began to tell my friends, wait, hold up. Put some money on the table. All of my friends, it would be 8 or 9 of us. Everyone would put some change on the table, and we would divide that between the other boys.
Yeah.
That allowed us to develop a rapport with those young men, and more of them started to come around. So during that time, we would begin to watch out for those young men and speak into their lives. Because I tell people all the time, the job of a father is affirmation. We are to affirm our children. We are supposed to speak into their lives, you know. And the children that don't have a father, they miss that spiritual. That's a spiritual process that goes on when a father affirms the child.
Yes.
You know, my child is going to be successful. My child is going to be strong. My child is going to grow up. He's going to be a lawyer or a doctor, or my child is going to do this or that, you know. So I began to do that. We began to do that for those young men.
Yes.
One of the young men, came to my house. It was about 10 p.m. at night, and I said, "Where's your mom and dad? Why haven't they called for you?" He said, "Well, I don't know who my dad is, but my mom is out south." I was from North Jackson, and my house was in North Jackson. So I said, "Call your mother. Let me make sure. Call your mom. Let me make sure that it's okay for you to be here." He called his mom. We had landlines at the time, landlines. So he said, "Mama, Mr. Davis wants to talk to you." She said, "How are you moving around in that dark house?" And that let me know that their lights were off.
Yeah.
You know, I could just quickly put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
And I asked to talk with her. When I got on the phone, I said, "I know you don't know me from a hole in the wall, but my name is Mr. Davis. Our sons are friends. And God told me to bless you with something if you would accept it." And she said, "What is it?" And I said, it's some money." And she said, "For real?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "Well, I can't come tonight, but can I come and get it in the morning?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am. Whenever you come pick your son up, I'll have it for you." And I began to network for the first time with the Better Men Society brothers. I began to call them and tell them, "Listen, we have a sister in our neighborhood. Her lights are off. We need to do something immediately." All night long, my door, there were knocks at my door. My phone was ringing. $6, $12, $13, $15, $18, $9. You know what I'm saying? Until we got about $360 up for her.
Amen.
The next morning,
I said, "Look at God."
Yeah, I presented it to her when she got there the next morning. I said, here you go. This is what God told me to give you." She said, "But my lights are off, but I don't need all of this. My light bill is $240+." And I said, "Well, that's all of your money. We gathered that for you, and God bless you." She took her son. She cried all the way to her car. She got back out of her car. She came and hugged me. And she went back and got in her car and left, went and paid her bills. And to this day, she's a good friend of mine.
Amen.
Long story short, we began to do that for multiple young women in our neighborhood, multiple young men. We began to buy school supplies, school clothes, and so forth and so on, begin to mentor them. And through that, the Better Men Society started off as a father-son type organization, a big brother type organization. And God just allowed us to blossom into much more. I asked God, I've always been a reader and a writer. I asked God, I said, "Lord, if it's meant for me to do this on a continual basis, give it a name." I was reading a quote by Benjamin Franklin. It said, "Be at war with your vices, be at peace with your neighbors, and every year find yourself a better man."
Amen.
And I said, "God, that's it." And from the August 10th, the year 2000, we've been the Better Men Society.
Amen. And you guys are stationed in Mississippi, and you have a few other.
Well, we are in 13 other states and one other country. We're all the way in Ottawa, Canada as well.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But like I said, we've been doing this 18 years. Like, we've been really spreading, the gospel of good news of the Lord and the responsibility of what a man should do and be. we say in the Better Men Society that you cannot be a man until you see a man.
Is it a website that I could go to for this to check out some more information?
Of course, of course. Our website is kind of under construction right now. I mean, we're redoing it, but of course it's www.thebettermensociety.com. That's the website.
Okay.
But if you go there, you can just see the page. You know, it's under construction right now. Like I said, we just broke it all the way down, and we're redoing some things. You know, we're about to put a store up. We have merchandise that we sell, like cups, mugs, T-shirts. I support the Better Men Society shirts and hats and wristbands. You know, we're adding the store to the website, so it's under construction right now. But you can go pull it up right now. It's thebettermensociety.com, www.thebettermensociety. Any social media, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so forth and so on.
Okay, okay. And the name of the book, what is the name of the book?
Oh, this is a great book, Mr. Kelly. Like I said, I've been writing all my life. I've actually written 16 books, but this is the first one that I published.
Wow.
I wanted to start with something small that the public could digest, and something that would encourage young people and all people abroad. The book is called Letters to the Motherland. And I wrote this book because when we, as African Americans, when we hear about people on the continent of Africa, you know, it's only what the media shows us. You know, it's the starving babies with the big bellies. It's the, you know, tribal men with, you know, the bare feet men with the spears, the grass skirts and all of this. But the people on the continent of Africa are some of the most articulate, most intelligent, most vibrant, strongest people on the planet. And, you know, I take Swahili lessons, and that's how I know that some of them wonder how we actually live over here. And basically, I wanted to write something from the perspective of an African American to an African. I wanted to let them know that we actually do care about what's going on the continent of Africa. We have not got to this place where we're so high and mighty that we, you know, try to disown or disassociate ourselves from Africa as a whole, because that's not true, you know. So I put myself in the place of Africans and wrote back to African Americans as well. The book is a total journey from what the past, what was, all the way up until, you know, because in the beginning of the book it talks about the transition from Africa to America, but then in the end it's talking about the greatness of the presidents like Nelson Mandela, Barack Obama, and all the way to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I mean, it's a real meaty history lesson on a short scale.
Oh, that's great. I'm gonna have to check that out. Now, what can
Yes, sir.
What can we find copies of it? Is it on Amazon?
Well, the book is on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Google Play, iTunes. You know, it's basically in stores. I mean, the digital book will be available soon, but right now they can go online, and, you know, if they go to my page, Robert Davis, on Facebook, they can see me on there. I have a Black BMS T-shirt on, or they can go to Robert Davis Author Speaker. You know, those are my two pages, and the link is readily available on both of those pages.
Sorry, Robert Davis with the book Letters to the Motherland.
Uh-huh.
Get a copy of that on Amazon, and also you can find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under Robert Davis, correct?
And YouTube, right?
Yes, and YouTube.
Right. The Better Men Society at YouTube, Robert Davis Author Speaker at YouTube, Robert Davis Author Speaker at Twitter, and, you know, so forth and so on.
So what would you like to say to the young brothers, up and coming, inspiring authors out there, and the young brothers out there that want to better themselves?
I just want to say that I have been where you are. I mean, that is if you come from a struggling situation. If you come from a situation where you weren't born with a silver spoon, you know, that things weren't given to you easy, you know, all of the negative opportunities were there for you, way more than positive opportunities. I have been where you are. I have done probably more than most of you will ever do in your life. I mean, negatively, not trying to glorify anything negative because there's nothing to be proud of, but I have been in and done it all, like I said.
Amen.
I mean, man, I just want to tell you that you can overcome your situation. You can do better and be better. That's what the Better Men Society is about, being better today than we were yesterday. Nobody gave me anything. I made a way, and I forced myself to change my own thinking, and I'm telling you, it's possible. As clear as you hear my voice on this radio station right now, great things are possible for you.
Yeah.
All I want you to do is, you young men, I want you to aspire to inspire before you expire.
Amen. Well said, Mr. Davis. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for calling and letting us be a part of your great movement that you have with the brothers, Better Men Society. I wish you well, and I hope that everything progress and God stays with you. Anytime if you want to give us a call or you want to let us know about your movement and what's going on, feel free to do so. And
yes, sir.
Time, God bless you. Now you can say your shout out to anybody if you like.
Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Kelly. I just want to, thank God for this opportunity. I want to shout out to the Better Men Society all over the world, to my mother and my father, and give honor to God, who is the head of my life.
Amen. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Illinois Entertainment Radio.
So.